Happy Sabbath once again. I'm going to recite all 30 memory verse which we have learned. We'll start from Matthew. Matthew chapter 4 verse 19. Come, follow me, Jesus said, and I will make you fishers of men. John chapter 4 verse 14. Whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Matthew chapter 14 verse 16. Give them something to eat. John chapter 21 verse 16. Again, Jesus said, do you love me? Take care of my sheep. Ephesians chapter 3 verse 20. He is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine. John chapter 1 verse 16. From his abundance we have all received one gracious blessing after another. Matthew chapter 7 verse 7. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Psalm number 34 verse 7. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. John chapter 15 verse 12. Love each other as I have loved you. Galatians chapter 3 verse 11. Hold on to what you have, so that no one will take your ground. Matthew chapter 25 verse 23. Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Luke chapter 6 verse 37. Forgive and you will be forgiven. Galatians chapter 6 verse 10. Let us do good to all people, especially to those belonging to the family of believers. Thank you. I'm going to tell the story about a paralyzed man. Once there was a man who was paralyzed. I wonder if you have ever heard that word before. It means he couldn't move, couldn't really use his arms or his legs, and spent all day just lying on a mat, on his bed. Imagine that. No playing with your friends, no playing football, not even jumping on the bed. Just lying there. Life was a bit tough. Thank for this man, he had 4 amazing friends. One day, these 4 amazing friends heard that Jesus was coming to this town. Now, Jesus was quite a big deal by now. People have heard amazing stories about, and he heard that facts. He even healing lots of people. The 4 friends knew that if they can get their friends on the mat, see Jesus, he will be up to heal him too. So they picked their friends on the mat, and they took him to the house where Jesus was teaching. Now in Bible times, houses wouldn't have pointy roof like this. They were a little bit flat like this. People used to sleep on the night when it was a little bit hot. The roof was made of clay and sticks. Remember for later, God was very important. Anyway, when the man got to the house with their friends on the mat, they couldn't get anywhere near the door. There were so many people, so crowded. How could we get near the door? I know, let's try from the back window. Nope. There are so many people, there is no way to get inside. Suddenly, one of the men saw some steps with ladder, which led to the flat roof. So they went up and did something which is really amazing. They started digging at the roof. Remember I said the roof was made with clay and sticks, not bricks and tiles like we have today. They kept digging and digging until eventually they made a hole in the roof. And when they peep down, they can see Jesus teaching some really important religious people down there. Now, they can see Jesus teaching some really important religious people down there. So they tied up to the front bed and they carefully let it down the hall until he landed near Jesus' feet. Jesus took a look of the man and he felt so much compassionate and love for him. Your sins are forgiven, he said. Sin is the word that the Bible uses the things we say or do it wrong. Your sins are forgiven. He said to the man. This makes the man so excited. The man was so happy, but the other important religious people were not so happy. In fact, inside their heads, they are furious. Who is this man think he is? They thought. Who is he saying? Only God can forgive sin. Who does he think he is? But you know, in a way they were right. Only God can forgive sin. But what they did realize that Jesus is God. Jesus knew exactly what these people were thinking. And he turned to the man and said to the man, "Get up and walk. Get up, pick up your mat and go home." For the first time in his life, the man immediately picked up his mat and walked out in front of everybody. If I were him, I'd like to jump, hop and skip in front of everybody because his full friends still up on the roof and everybody else in the room that day, including the important religious leader, knew that they had witnessed something truly amazing. Jesus healed the man in two ways in this story. Not only did he heal him physically so that he could walk, run and jump again. Oh, just imagine that. Imagine that you've been stuck in bed your whole life, not able to move or do anything exciting. And suddenly, a whole new life was opened up to you because Jesus has healed you. Wow! But also not only that, Jesus also healed the man inside in his heart by forgiving his sin. Did you know that? Jesus wants to do exactly the same for you and for me today. See, when Jesus died on the cross, he did it for me and for you. The Bible tells us that by dying on the cross, Jesus took away all of those sins, all the bad things we have done. If we put our faith in Jesus, just as the man and his friend did, he could not only heal us physically and doing incredible miracles like that in our life. Let me show you something. Imagine that this is my heart. Every time I do something wrong, remember the Bible called this sin, whether it's thinking something or doing something. It targets my heart a little bit. So instead of a perfect heart like this, maybe if I lie, something happens there. Maybe if I say something which is really nice to somebody, maybe I'm not sharing, I'm just generally mean. Can you see how it builds up over time? I don't want it like that on the inside. But the good news is, when Jesus died on the cross, he had a plan. And that plan was to take away all the bad things we have done. So by dying on the cross, Jesus wiped away all of our sin. That we have done. He made our heart clean again. And all we have to do is have faith that he died for us and to ask him to do this for us. How awesome is that? Thank you.